Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share a quick tip with you, and it is this. Listen to everything and everyone. Well, okay, everything and everyone that you feel is producing quality recordings, shall we say, quality performances, quality recordings. And when I say everything and everyone, what I mean is don't just stick to your own area or genre, shall we say. We can learn so much from each other as artists. If you're a poet, surely you have your favorite poets that you like to listen to also. But, you might be surprised at what you can learn from listening to your favorite bass player, for example. We all have the musicians and artists that we enjoy listening to, but we may not think of them in terms of the things that we might be able to glean from their approach to their artistry and how we can perhaps incorporate them into what we do. So you might say, what is what does my favorite percussionist or bass player or guitarist's work have to do with what I do as a teacher or as a spoken word artist, etc.? Well, we're all using punctuation, dynamics. We're all trying to engage with an audience on some level, right? So there's nothing like, I find, broadening your own horizons and really looking at people outside of your sphere, so to speak, to really help enrich what you do. Now, you may not take everything that they do, you may not duplicate, what they do verbatim, nor should you, of course. You have your own style, right? But you can take little things and incorporate them. My previous video I talked about, I think it was the last one, I talked about silence and the use of silence and the power of silence. Well, there are certain people in all kinds of genres that are really, really, really masters of that. And in that video, as a matter of fact, I used acting and directing and Alfred Hitchcock as an example. So we may be in different endeavors, we may be doing different kinds of artistry, but I think that we can learn so much from each other, and I find that some of the greatest artists, in fact, are those who are unafraid, not afraid to step outside of looking at just their fellow trumpeters or fellow drummers, but looking at all kinds of artists and people and what they do. And even stepping outside of the use of the voice and music, spoken word or music. My dad was a fantastic visual artist, and, he talked about the same thing, how a visual artist can inform a musical artist and vice versa. So there are lots of things we can learn from each other. I'm thinking one example would be, let's say that you're a teacher and you're not a singer, but if you look at a Tina Turner live performance, for example, or you pull up a video of her performing, you might say, well, I love watching Tina Turner, I'm a great fan and all, but what could I take from her that I would use in my classroom? Well, Tina Turner is one of the greats, right? One of the great artists out there and one of the great live performers. And she really knew how to capture and hold on to her audience's attention. So you might, for example, be a teacher who's having some challenge with maintaining the attention of your class, and maybe having some difficulty getting it in the first place and then holding on to it. So you might watch a Tina Turner. Surely her audience, they paid their money in advance. They've come to see someone that they already have in their minds as someone who's going to give them a great show. Now, your students may be more of a challenge because they don't see you as putting on a great show, right? But a tiny example might be if you watch her use of the stage. Tina Turner doesn't stay in one place the entire time. Now, there are fantastic performers who do stay in one place the entire time and they still capture your attention, but they do so on by utilizing a variety of other aspects, like things that they do with their voice and what the music is doing and the intensity level and all that. Tina Turner definitely has all that, but just as a teeny example, her use of the stage, in other words, the use of her space, by not standing still, just as one small example, by actually walking, prowling the stage, as Rolling Stones frontman is also famous for doing, and they're not the only ones, of course. But it's just a little small example where your thing might be spoken word and speaking to an audience and teaching. These are people, Mick Jagger, Tina Turner, Prince, people who are known to be fantastic live performers, who have learned and have honed the ability to capture and hold an audience's attention. It's just a small example of how you can take what maybe one thing that they do and figure out ways to incorporate it, of course, into your own style and into your own environment with a classroom. And maybe it might translate into nothing more than making sure that you move around the classroom a little bit more than perhaps you do. Get unstuck a little bit, because we all, I think, can get stuck a little bit in front of the classroom. I know I've been known to do that, and I have to remind myself to move around a little bit, because we're sharing so much information and you only have so much time in which to do it. But that's just an example of that. Listen to different kinds of artists. If you're a singer, that doesn't just mean listening to artists who are not in your genre, but listen to a percussionist, listen to guitarists, and how they approach what they do. So yeah, I think that we can, I know for a fact that we gain so much more in what we do. It broadens our own technique, our ear, and really I think it's a wonderful challenge as we grow in what we do. So that's today's quick tip. I hope you found it helpful, stepping outside of your own comfort zone, so to speak, and step outside of just looking at those who are like you in what you do, to learn and to continue to grow. So give me a thumbs up and like this video if you found it helpful. I hope that you did, and that of course helps my my channel to grow. And give me comments below, also comments about this information, but also if you have any questions or comments or things that you'd like me to cover for future videos, feel free to do that. And welcome my new subscribers. Welcome, yay. So glad you came and joined me, and I hope that you find some valuable content here on my channel. So God bless, take care, and I hope you're enjoying this wonderful summer season. Oh, I almost forgot. I was going to mention what I have on my lap here. I gave a voice lesson earlier today to my student, and I was bringing new music to him, and I wanted to show you somewhat of what I'm referring to before I end this video. And that is, I brought him, as I do, and try to expose him to a variety of different kinds of music. Everything from a Baptist hymnal. You see, it's all raggedy. It's years and years old. A Baptist hymnal, got a song from there, to the Singer's Musical Theater Anthology for the tenor voice for him. They have these anthologies in lots of different voices, soprano, alto, etc. And so that's Broadway. And 40 top jazz songs. So again, here, well, you can see the it's coming apart, right? I've used these for so many years, but I picked out 3 songs that I assigned to him today, and you can see the types of songs are very eclectic, broad, not only in style but in levels of challenge as well. So that's an example of what I mean by stepping outside the box. Listen to everything. If you're normally a jazz artist, turn on some hip hop and see, what you might glean from that. Positive hip hop, I always say. Or if you're a gospel artist, don't just listen to fellow gospel artists. As I was saying, we may listen and have our favorite poets, etc., for entertainment, but do so also in terms of study. And I think that you might be surprised at how your own horizons and how much you will grow from doing so. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Picking out music for him today was actually what inspired me to make this video, and I wanted to share that I had all this right here in front of me. So again, God bless, take care. I hope you're enjoying this wonderful summer season, and I'll be talking with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.